What is the relationship between a 2 in the tens column and a 2 in the tenths column? So let's put those in place. So they've mentioned the tens column, so I'm going to put a 2 in the tens column. And what's that worth? What's a 2 in the tens column worth? So 2 times £10, that's £20. And now I'm going to go to the second column mentioned. I've got a 2 in the tenths column. And make sure you say that carefully, tenths at the end there. So I've got a 2 there. So what is that worth, that 2 in the tenths column? I've got two 10p's, so that must be 2 times 10p, which is 20p. So now what's the relationship between these two columns? If I jump one column, the 2 in the units column would be 10 times bigger. But since I'm jumping two columns, 1, 2, the 2 in the tens column is 10 times bigger than the 2 in the tenths column. Now, often when I ask children this question, they'll say that jumping one column is 10 times bigger and jumping two columns is 20 times bigger. But that's not correct because we're working in base 10 and each column is 10 times bigger than the last column. So if you've got 10 times bigger and 10 times bigger again, in total that's 100 times bigger. So just remember, when you jump two columns, it's 10 times bigger. So that's our first sentence, and we start our first sentence with the column that we've been given. The 2 in the tens column is 100 times bigger than the 2 in the tenths column. Let's write the opposite sentence. We're going to start off with the tenths column. What's the relationship with the 2 in the tenths column with the 2 in the tens column? So if we go to £10, we've got £20 and we get to 20p, that's 10 times bigger, smaller, sorry, and then 100 times smaller. So the 2 in the tenths column is 100 times smaller than the 2 in the tens column. So that's our opposite sentence. The 2 in the tenths column is 100 times smaller than the 2 in the tens column. And it is a bit tedious writing all these sentences out one by one, but it will make you so much more stronger and your understanding will be far more embedded. And that's how you do this example 3 question.